views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Do you want the freedom to spend more time with your loved ones? Travel the world? Live spontaneously? Get ready, because the Chip Justice Show is here. Join Dr. Pat Baccili and Chip Justice every month as the Positive Change Institute can help you build meaningful success, embrace life and love, and realize the creativity in you. Living a life you love is the end game in this inspirational and empowering show. Positive changes for a life you'll love. And now here's Chip and Dr. Pat.
Hey, everybody. Hey, I am so thrilled. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. And I'm thrilled and I'm excited. And why is that? Because we are so how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And, one of the things I love is that I get to show up and I get to talk to some of the most incredible people. And, we were sitting here and we were going over some of our websites. We were going over some of the things, that we're working on in terms of bringing you all more of what you want. And what does that even mean when I say that, bringing you more of what you want? Well, I'll tell you what that means. It means that over the past years, what you have done is you have said to us, basically, you know what? We want more spirituality. We want more change. We want to know how to create epic lives. We would like to really be able to plug in to the, more than just the showing up and the doing, but the being. And so now, part of this is what we're looking at. So we get these instant messages, we get these emails from people. And I just got an instant message from somebody that simply talked about, wow, thanks for the show. Thanks for doing some things to help somebody get bailed out of a problem. Thanks for getting people information, so that they don't go left, they go right. I just got a message, your actual know-how and kindness in handling almost everything. I mean, these are some of the things we're getting from people. I was thinking my life was over. No, it is not over. Your life is beginning. This is what it's all about. Your life is amazing. All of you are amazing. This is really a way for us to help all of you create that, as my friend Chip Justice would say, and he's coming up here in a minute, creating a life you love. Creating a life you love. And it is incredible. So today, I'm so thrilled to have all of you joining us here for many, many reasons. One of them especially is that we are committed to all of you. What is it you want to create in life? What is it you want to do for yourselves? How do you want to contribute to the world? Is this something that you think about often but don't know how to do? Are you in this battlefield? And so today on the Chip Justice Show, Positive Changes for a Life You Will Love, we're going to be talking about from the battlefield to the energy field of a life you love. And I am so thrilled to be introducing you to my friend and colleague, Chip Justice. He is an amazingly successful individual. He's an entrepreneur, a former U.S. Marine, a master's in business administration. But guess what? He has gone through the same trials and tribulations as we have gone through. But one of the things that he has discovered along the way is we can do this. And we can do this by creating positive changes. So have you ever wondered if your life will change to the one where there was joy, abundance, love, fulfillment, and excitement? Have you been in that day-to-day with the demons of limitation, lack of self-worth, or simply what you're calling bad luck? Well, through this fabulous show and this amazing positive changes coach and mentor, you're going to get to hear today his story of how he moved from chaos to choice, from boredom to balance, and from despair to destiny. And so I'm so thrilled with having him on the show today so that in this show we can unlock the door and share the 3 keys that will help you begin the journey. Chip, it's great to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Great. Thanks, Pat. Definitely a pleasure to be here.
It is a pleasure. And Chip and I have been talking with each other for a bit now. And I wanted to talk with you for a minute about this idea of having a life you love. I mean, most of us get to be living examples. And I want to ask you, what are some of the challenges? What did you have to overcome to get you right here to this very moment for your own life, creating your own life that you love?
That's actually a very good question, Pat. And there's one thing that is resounding and spoke volumes as I transition from various position to position or various stage in life to various stage. And that's the amount of negativity that's out there. People don't want you to go to that next level because they always say, oh, how can you do it? How can you go forward in today's economy? How can you be successful in all the hard times that are ahead? There's so much negativity out there that's really what you got to overcome.
One of the things that, is so important in what you said is the negativity out there, right? The negativity out there. And so, what you've discovered is there are some keys that we can look at. Not that negativity doesn't live in the world, but basically, what can we do about it? And, you and I are going to do a continue of shows together, but I got to ask you another question before we jump into this. And that is, since you said yes to taking your message out there, I want to know what's changed for you in a positive way, Mr. Positive Changes.
Well, one of the big things is I get to go out and meet new people and meet new friends. That's really probably one of the big, exciting new things about saying yes to this effort. I've met so many positive people that it's almost like living, dare I say, a magical time frame because it's just there's so much positive energy. You almost feel like you can't fail.
I know that we can't fail. I mean, I know we can't. And the reason I know we can't is because there is no such thing as failure, depending upon your point of view of the laws of the universe. Now, some people say you are so like in left field, girl. You need to get yourself reined in here because you got your Pollyanna Patty glasses on. And, I don't know if that's true, Chip. What do you think?
No, actually, I let people know that the glasses I have on are the glasses of reality. Life is what you make it. You can either stand up and take it, or you can sit back and watch it go by. In which it kind of that will lead me into the 4 keys that we're going to talk about. Is and one of those being that life will pass you by, especially if you don't take a hold of it.
So, when we take a look at stepping forth, tell me about what a life you love has come to mean for you. And then let's jump in and talk a bit about what the 4 keys are.
Sure. Well, one of the nice things about the life you'll love, it truly is that, love. You wake up excited and refreshed and ready to take on the day. You don't wake up in the morning saying, oh, do I have to do this again? Or do I have to go there again? Instead, you wake up every day excited to go and hug or kiss someone that you love, the closest person to you, is right there in the morning when you get up, and realize what a great day it's going to be. The more positive energy you show, the more other people are going to feel that and build off of that.
So let's take an example for the moment and take a look at, being in this place where we are saying yes to our life, saying yes to balance instead of boredom, saying yes to so many different aspects of who we are. What have you discovered is the greatest challenge that perhaps we might be faced with?
Well, there's so many challenges that you're going to be faced with, but really, I think the biggest challenge is you, because you dictate where you're going to go. You dictate your outlook of the day. You dictate what you're going to do. So the biggest challenge, it's you.
Wow. We're going to take a short break, everyone. When we come back, more with Chip Justice, the Chip Justice Show. We're going to be talking about what does it mean to live a life you love. He's going to be sharing the 4 keys with us. Stay tuned, everybody. We are getting ready to crank it up. If you want to find out more about Chip, we'll make sure that you can go to his website. And for those of you out there, let me tell you what it is. It's positivechangeinstitute.com. But actually, we've got a bunch more. We have so many new things coming out from Chip. When we come back, we'll let you know all about those as well. Take a short break. We'll be right back.
Love me tender, love me sweet, never let me go. You have made my life.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthисfunny.com.
Called the Oprah of radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatShow.com for listening times in your area.
Each month, listen to Live More Radio with co-host Allie Katz. Join Allie and Dr. Pat as Allie introduces new ways to bring balance back to your life through meditation, sleep, and exercise techniques so you can live your truly authentic life. Stress less, live more. To learn more about Allie, visit livemoreradio.com.
Do you want the freedom to spend more time with your loved ones? Travel the world? Live spontaneously? Get ready, because the Chip Justice Show is here. Hosts Dr. Pat Baccili and Chip Justice can help you build meaningful success while embracing life. Living a life you love is the end game in this new, inspirational, and empowering show. Positive changes for a life you'll love. Tune in every month on TransformationTalkRadio.com and visit PositiveChangeInstitute.co for more information.
Get ready to embrace your feminine nature and get wild. Join Lynn Brown and Wendy R. Wolf for the Wild Transformation Retreat this July 26th through August 1st. Get ready for a mental, physical, and spiritual challenge. A call back to nature and its unlimited gifts. To learn more and register for the early bird price by July 1st, visit areyouintoit.com. That's letter R, letter U, intoit.com.
I feel like I've been locked up tight for a century of lonely nights, waiting for someone to release me. You're licking your lips and blowing kisses my way, but that don't mean I'm gonna give it away. Baby, 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 baby.
Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome back. I'm Dr. Pat. And guess what? We are kicking off a series with Chip. So it's so great to have him here. Before the break, we were talking about positive changes, and this is something for sure, Chip, that, has been part of your life, part of your story for quite some time. And, for many of the folks out there, having the idea to create positive changes for a life that they love is absolutely so foreign that we have to start someplace. So when we talk about going from the battlefield to the energy field, of a life you love, what have you discovered? What are the 4 keys that you want to share with us today?
Great. Thanks for asking again, Pat. So really the 4 keys, they're really pretty simple. I mean, I've created them over time, but so I'll just really quickly say what the 4 are, and then we'll come back to each one of them. But the first one is participate and repeat. And that's really just doing it over and over and over again. The second one is minimize choice and strengthen your willpower. The third one, prioritize without minimizing. And there's so much in your life that just is overwhelming. You just need to prioritize the right ones and let some just go by. And the 4th key, moderation. Moderation, well, that equals success. So you take those 4 keys, and when you put them together, kind of like we were talking about earlier, Pat, you just can't fail.
So tell me more about that. Tell me more about the idea. When we talk about the 4 keys, right? So let's start with the first key. Give us a lowdown. What does this key do, and how does it help us?
Well, Pat, so participate and repeat. When you're hungry, when you're exhausted, and you're just downright deprived of yourself of fun, your willpower just collapsing. Well, you need to ensure that you take consistently good care of yourself and have a little bit of fun along the way. And so every day, eat right, exercise, take care of yourself, squeeze in some meditation, spend time with your family. Those are the parts of participate and repeat that you have to do over and over again. Then minimize your choice and strengthen your willpower. Willpower is such a funny thing. You really need to remember, don't overtax your willpower. But also, your willpower is stronger than you think. Spread your most demanding tasks over multiple days and do these first, as those really take the most priority and might even take the most time. Then reduce your choices. That could be as simple as making sure that you don't buy junk food at the grocery store, or that you only email people during a 1-hour time block of the day. It's reducing the amount of distractions that you have. Third key, prioritize without minimizing. Prioritize your actions and emphasize the types of things that you have to let go, emphasize what you need to and let go others. And then choose that right change at the right time. Especially, that's the most critical part, because it's all about succeeding at this game of life, right? And then moderation equals success. A little bit too much of everything, that's not good moderation, and then you're just a glutton. And a little bit of one thing, well, then you just kind of become an expert in that one area. So you moderate. Know a little bit about everything. Don't limit yourself in your capability. Those are my 4 keys.
Mm-hmm. So, tell me a little bit about what the keys do. When we talk about, participate, then retreat, just looking at that as it stands, one could interpret that to say, participate in what, Chip? How does participate, then retreat help me to create a life I love? How do I discern the things to participate in?
Well, really, life is kind of ironic. When it comes at you, it's asking you for you to participate. So if you're just going to sit there and watch the world go by, you could be at your desk in your office, you could be on your couch in your living room, you could even be sitting out in the yard. But if you're just going to sit there and watch it go by, then what is the likelihood that you're going to succeed? What's the likelihood that you're really going to do anything? Are you going to change anything at all if you just sit there? So you have to go out and participate. And you have to do it each and every day. One of the first things that I do every day, get out of bed, make my bed. Why is that? Because 30 seconds later, I've accomplished at least one thing today. And I do that each and every day. And so do so many other people. That's exactly what they do. Those are the part of their keys to success. And it's just something that I'm presenting to you today.
Well, for many people that are out there, we've gone through, some difficult times, right? So the idea of, participate and repeat, and participate and repeat, participate and repeat, participate and repeat. One of the things that I looked at was participate, then retreat. And it's really interesting when you start to look at the play on those words. Participate, then repeat, and participate, then retreat. Because part of this, too, is looking at, when to hold them and when to fold them, when to hold them. And, one of the things that we look at in life is, what does having a life we love, what does it actually mean? And, how do we even begin to determine that in the act of participating?
Well, there are so many things that you can do, but one of my recommendations, and really it's a lot of time is dependent upon the situation, but overall, I would say focus on one major change. Focus on one thing that's going to change you in the positive direction that you want to go. If you want to go out and buy an amusement park, well, you have to start taking that first change. And you have to take a positive change in order to make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you start making these changes, bringing them into your life, so that way they almost happen naturally without you even thinking. And these little steps over time, they build into so much momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And one positive thing after another, it doesn't add to one negative thing after one negative thing after one negative thing. So if you're adding a positive and a positive and a positive, how many positive things can you do as long as you participate?
Wow. So when we talk about the second key, minimize choice and strengthen willpower, that those two are very interesting ideas. Minimize choice. And tell me a little bit about how they relate to each other.
So minimize choice, and probably one of the easiest examples that we can give is going to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you go to the grocery store, they put, of course, at eye level, especially for the younger ones, all of those things that are bad for you. And then you start putting them in your grocery cart, and then you'll put a little bit more in your grocery cart. Next thing you know, you have a bunch of negative choices in your grocery cart. And then you bring all of those negative choices to your home. And you start eating those negative choices. So now you're eating all of this negative stuff that you didn't really want to have in the first place. So that's what I'm talking about, reduce the amount of choices. Why bring it into your house in the first place? So don't buy it at the grocery store. Save yourself a little bit of money. Now you're looking at another positive thing taking place. You're saving money by reducing your choices.
Go ahead. Yeah, no.
Well, I was going to say, and that's exactly what you need to strengthen your willpower.
Yeah, because so often we think we don't have choices for things. So often we're so looking at playing that, that idea that, oh my God, I really didn't have a choice in this. I don't know how that happened, but, here I am. Now I'm doing this thing. I don't believe I have a choice in it. And so I absolutely cannot have any sense of responsibility for a life that I don't believe I had a choice in, right?
Yeah, and this is not a unique thing to any one of us. Every one of us has to make these choices, and you're going to have to make them hour by hour, maybe even minute by minute. You have to constantly make a choice, make a decision. Again, it goes back to that: if you don't participate, if you don't make that decision, life passes you by.
Oh, absolutely. Part of this, too, is understanding how these 4 keys work with each other. Prioritize without minimize. And, that is really kind of a tricky one. So we're looking at all the choices we have in our life. And so what I think you're saying to us here in this key is the next step is to go ahead and prioritize them. And how do you prioritize something, especially if it becomes number 10 and you don't minimize it?
Right.
Yeah.
And this is really a lot of interpersonal looking into yourself, figuring out what it is that you need. What's number 1 on your list? And and again, you focus on number 1 today. Well, that doesn't become number 1 the next day. Might fall to number 2 or number 3, or maybe even falls completely off the list.
Mm-hmm.
But you prioritize what you can do at that given moment in time, and with how much time that you have, and definitely when the part of minimizing, realize that sometimes actually more than sometimes, most of the time, when you direct your effort and focus towards something, you're missing out on something else. Not saying that that's a bad or a good thing, but you need to realize you are missing out on something else. Once you've realized that you've missed out on something else, then ask yourself, was it something that's important enough that I don't miss the next time?
Right.
And keep making those small corrections. Those small courses corrections will help you with prioritizing your day-to-day activities.
Awesome. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about moderation and how does moderation equal success. Chip Justice joining us here today. You're tuning in to a great show he and I are doing together. We're talking about, the Chip Justice Show, but we're talking about positive changes for a life you love. Who doesn't want that? Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll be talking about this idea of moderation and what has this success got to do with it anyway. Thanks. We'll be right back with the show.
Wondering how to play the game of life and actually win? Stop wondering and start winning the game of life with the unique, incomparable Lynn Brown. Lynn takes everyday aspects of life and infuses them with the magic of soul and passion to help others. She wants to help you next. Lynn offers a myriad of spiritual healing, from chakra clearing, aura healing, to even corporate and business readings. Bring your game face and visit letter R, letter U, intuit.com or call 844 letter B, Intuit.
Tune in to Prescience Life Radio with host Mia Simone. Mia is devoted to sharing her extensive knowledge on the invisible worlds of energy. Join Mia and discover the science of intuition and connect with your greatest gift. Start living in your potential today and every day by opening up to the power of inner knowledge. To learn more about Mia, visit presciencelife.com.
Do you want the freedom to spend more time with your loved ones? Travel the world? Live spontaneously? Get ready, because the Chip Justice Show is here. Hosts Dr. Pat Baccili and Chip Justice can help you build meaningful success while embracing life. Living a life you love is the end game in this new, inspirational, and empowering show. Positive changes for a life you'll love. Tune in every month on TransformationTalkRadio.com and visit PositiveChangeInstitute.co for more information.
Tune in to the hit show Masters Chambers with your trusted friend Connie Fife. Mondays, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Each week, Connie will connect you with the best thought leaders from around the globe to share their strategies and best practices. Getting better together. To book Connie, visit ConnieFifeSpeaks.com.
My dream is to end homelessness.
My passion is living a green life.
My dream is to end poverty.
My passion is volunteering.
My passion is making a difference.
My dream is to cure Lyme disease.
My passion is rebuilding communities.
My passion is helping those in need.
My passion is caring for the elderly.
My dream is to find a cure for cancer.
My dream is to leave a better world for my children.
We all have that special passion, that lifelong dream that drives us to live our lives with meaning and to create a better world. No matter what drives you, we can all make an impact. Dr. Pat Baccili is helping others make their dreams come true, so we can all help make our world a better world.
To learn more about how Dr. Pat is building a community of sharing hope, strength, funds, knowledge, and information, visit abetterworldcrowdfunding.com today. That's abetterworldcrowdfunding.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's great to have you tuning us in, turning us on. It's so great. The Chip Justice Show, it's so great to have him here. You know, we're beginning just an incredible series with him, Positive Changes for a Life You Will Love. Today is from the battlefield to the energy field of a life you love. And there was a reason that, you know, Chip, that topic was picked, the battlefield to the energy field. And, you know, part of this is relating to that whole battlefield idea. You know, the battlefield that we are in. I remember the Pat Benatar song, that love is a battlefield. And it's like, wow, that was like one of her most popular hits, right? And what is it about, you know, living life in the battlefield that so many people relate to? And you've outlined these 4 keys for us. Before we go talk about moderation and success, and also, what does it mean to take a chance in yourself, right? What does that really mean? I wanted you to tell a little bit about how folks can find out more about you, how they can find out more about your coaching platform, and the many, many things that you're doing.
Well, so there's definitely several things that we're going to want to talk about there. So let's start off with the first one, which is kind of one reason why we're here. Getting in touch with me. There are several ways you can get in touch with me. You can call me in the office. Phone numbers on the website and the website. It's www.positivechangeinstitute.co. It's .co. And at Positive Change Institute, it's going to help. They're going to help you create positive changes. What we do is we provide we provide transformational and translational coaching that'll help you with your life, to help you find clarity and meaning and purpose and find drive for those positive changes in your life. You work your goals. You have to take steps, and to get there, you have to be accountable. And those are what is all part of life. And that battlefield that you referenced, life is a battle. It's every day. You hear it all too often, especially in people. If you work in a large office environment, it seems like the larger the office, the worse it gets. And that's agents of negativity. There's a lot of them out there. And whenever you put them in a big group or a bunch of people all in the same building, well, you start putting all those agents of negativity. And those agents of negativity are really, really powerful in this battle of life, if you will, because they will bring you down. Like we talked a little bit earlier, they're going to be the ones that say, no, you can't do it. You can't succeed. Well, I'm here to tell you, you can, if you choose to. By going out and we talked a little bit about balance and moderation and eating those right foods. And so I know that sometimes they're a little bit expensive, especially if you're talking about organic. And there's other ways around that, and we can get you good, healthy, cheap foods at a relatively inexpensive price, because there's other ways for that. And that we can also help you with having more fun in life. That's one of the things that I definitely learned in the military. You're going to go out and you're going to work hard. You're going to charge up that hill, so to speak. And you're going to see that you can do it. You can climb up that hill. If you've eaten right, you have now the tools that you need to get you to go up that hill. And along the way, you're going to pick up some tools of the trade, and it's going to help you get up that ladder that we call success. And you take charge, own your life, and take charge, go up that hill. Claim that. It's your hill in life. Go have fun on it when you take that hill, because you have to also have a little bit of fun. Life is just way too hard not to enjoy it. In fact, I would say that you should enjoy it a little bit more often. I think back about a Hogan assessment that I did, where they put me in line with, they compared me with Bill Clinton, because he likes to have fun and enjoy life a little bit. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of jokes out there about how much he enjoyed life, but what I'm getting at is you can make it all the way to the president, even if you enjoy life. So why not enjoy life? Take that hill. It's yours to go get.
Chip, part of this, too, is, and, we've gotten a great question that has come in from one of our listeners. And, the question that came in is from Robert in California. And he said, Chip, what's your experience on the battlefield? Did you see comment? What did you serve? And if so, how did that help you develop your plan?
Well, so
great question, Robert. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much, Robert. Really appreciate the question. So first, let me start out and say that I did not serve in any war or fight actually in any battle or have anybody shoot at me, thankfully. I guess I'm fortunate enough for that not to happen. However, too many of my brothers and sisters, that's happened too. And after I spent 2 years in the Army and 6 years in the Marine Corps. And so those 8 years, that was in the time of my life when I was really starting to go out there on my own and learn a little bit about life. When you're a whopping 20 years old, you think you pretty much can do anything and take on life, and you have all the right answers. Well, you can go do anything. That's the great thing about it being a 21-year-old. But having all the right answers, that's a whole other ballgame. And if anybody tells you that they have all the right answers, run. Run like mad, because we don't have all the right answers. Now, getting back to my experience with the military, I'm still very involved with the community. I am chairman emeritus of a nonprofit called the Marine Executive Association, and we'll talk a little bit about the military folks later up towards the end of the show, where we can segment our veterans and how we can help them.
Well, part of this, too, is also looking at not only the ways that we can do this, but how we can do this, how we can make this work so that we can create the life we love. And, yeah, we are going to do an entire segment, Robert. Thank you for your question coming up. But part of this is taking a chance in ourselves, too. I mean, it's this idea of taking a chance in ourselves and really, stepping up. Because if we're not going to take a chance in ourselves, then how are we going to create the life we want? What are some of the chances that you're referring to when you talk about that, Chip?
Well, there are several chances that a person might face, whether it's the job or the school that you want to go to or where you want to travel. What you need to remember is that there are 86,400 seconds in a day. Make every one of those seconds count. Live for the day. Live like there is no tomorrow. Take take a big goal, take that big idea, take that big dream, take that big reality, and believe in yourself. Take that big chance. You can do it.
Wow. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, and Robert, you're going to be thrilled about this. When we come back, we're going to talk about our veterans. You know, what is it about this that Chip wants to say? How can we help them create a life we love as well? So much to share. Chip is so active in this and supporting, you know, the folks that serve our country. When we come back, we'll be talking with him about that. And make sure that you have lots of information about how to work with Chip as well, everyone. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with the show.
Friday night, I'm going nowhere. All the lights are changing, green to red. Turning over TV stations, situations running through my head.
Get ready to embrace your feminine nature and get wild. Join Lynn Brown and Wendy R. Wolf for the Wild Transformation Retreat this July 26th through August 1st. Get ready for a mental, physical, and spiritual challenge. A call back to nature and its unlimited gifts. To learn more and register for the early bird price by July 1st, visit areyouintoit.com. That's letter R, letter U, intoit.com.
Each month, listen to Live More Radio with co-host Allie Katz. Join Allie and Dr. Pat as Allie introduces new ways to bring balance back to your life through meditation, sleep, and exercise techniques so you can live your truly authentic life. Stress less, live more. To learn more about Allie, visit livemoreradio.com.
Clairvoyance, a gift few have. And even fewer match the powers of one of America's best. Dr. Linda Salvin. Dr. Linda's uncanny ability drills to the core of your issues to bring you quick and accurate answers and predictions. In more than 2 decades, Dr. Linda has helped over 75,000 people. On national radio, by phone, in person. When you need answers, Dr. Linda makes it clear. Book your time with this legendary seer now. Click on lindasalvin.com or call 888-509-1077.
Are you ready to tap into the healer within? Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. Did you know the real doctor is the source that lives within you, that heals within you minute by minute every day? The healer within is the innate intelligence of the human body. When we cut our hand with a piece of glass, we don't have to command the body to close the wound and grow new skin. It knows how to heal itself. We do have to nourish the skin by disinfecting it and remove the glass, or it cannot heal. The innate healer relies upon us to assist in this healing process. Our role is to identify its needs, provide the substances required for the healing, and remove the obstacle. Contact us to achieve optimal health at 888-777-4232. That's 888-777-4232. And visit us at maryjanemack.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's so great to have you here, and it's really thrilled to be launching, the Chip Justice Show, Positive Changes for a Life You Love. And, he and I get to co-host this together from the battlefield to the energy field of a life you love. And that is really the conversation. What does this energy field look like? And Chip shared with us 4 keys. Participate, then repeat, minimize choice, and strengthen willpower, prioritize without minimizing, moderation equals success. And boy, don't we all need to work on that one. Yeah, one scoop of that Java chip ice cream, not 2, goes a long way. And Chip, every show we're going to be doing a special segment, and this is that segment. Tell folks a little bit about the segment that you're getting ready to do and why this is so important to you.
Well, Pat, so one of the reasons why this is so important, so Robert actually asked a really good question earlier, which was a great way to actually segue into this segment. He asked, how did the military help me in developing my plan? And the military has helped me as well as so many others, whether it's not just develop my plan or their plan for the future. Because really, plans, you can make all the plans you want. For them to actually come to fruition, that actually happens a lot less of the time. So one of the great things about the military, some people might have seen Heartbreak Ridge, and Clint Eastwood had a really great line where he talked about we adapt, we overcome, and we improvise. Really, that's one of that's definitely a key that the Marine Corps has provided and taught me well. And we take that ability to adapt, overcome, and improvise. Well, we do that through teamwork, through knowing our resources, understanding people, understanding their strengths, and also understanding their weaknesses. But we also have another side about the military that might not necessarily stick out so much today, at least in others, and that's chivalry. Chivalry still exists, believe it or not.
Yeah, no kidding.
And once in a while, it's like Heather was talking about earlier in her show. You can find people out there who still practice a little chivalry.
Yeah. I mean, let me give you an example. This is what we forget about. I'm driving to the studio today, right, Chip? And right. I'm driving. And the people here where I live, they understand when I say I was on the 405 up by Bothell. Everybody here is like, I can feel them roll their eyes. 405, Bothell, Kirkland, going to Bellevue. And I'm on there. And here's what happens. You're on the highway. There are 4 lanes, which must go to 2, right? And there's a major entranceway. So all of us have to go, if we're coming on the entrance, from that right lane to the next lane, and then from the next lane, because that's going to end, to the other lane. And what is chivalry? How does it show up? It shows up by the guy behind me in the black Mercedes. And how do I know that? Because I was staring him down to say, honey, please let me in. By the guy behind me in the black Mercedes that very graciously, literally stopped that car so I could come over. Now, that's a form of chivalry. That's a form of how we can help another. And, we don't think about those things or the energy of that, do we?
No. In fact, so much today, people are just walking around with their head down, stuck in their cell phones, and they're just moving forward about life. And it's, I was talking a little bit earlier about participating in life. That's a prime example. If you're walking around with your cell phone in your hand, how's that participating? And there are so many great things that the military has taught me. Mm-hmm. But one of the challenges I have, and which is what brought me to this segment today, is that we don't do enough for our veterans. There are 2 things in this world, in this country, that we tend to pass over, gloss over, don't put enough money to, and veterans is number 1, and our education system is number 2. I happen to be very much involved in the military or the veteran side of that through my work with the Marine Executive Association, as well as other groups that are out there, MOA, NOAA, and TROA, and there's a ton of acronyms, and that's what the military is all about, acronyms. And one acronym in particular I want to bring up is the National Governors Association, NGA. And I'm not talking about the NGA, the National Geographic Spatial Intelligence Agency, although that is a good agency. I am referring to, again, the National Governors Association. Why are they so important? Well, they fund agencies and numerous programs to support military veterans, and it's done individually by state. One of those places that you can go to find out individually, state by state, where you can find opportunities to help veterans, especially if you're looking for finding a job, finding a career, or you're even getting off of substance abuse. Go to www.militaryconnections.org, and you can search down state by state for the support and guidance that each state will provide. Now, that's the one item I want to point out for the National Governors Association. There's a second one that it's only out this month. And I have no affiliation to Hilton, and this is for Hilton hotels. But Hilton is doing a really, really good thing, and I want to make sure I get the word out.
Okay.
They have this program called Operation Opportunity Initiative. Go online to Hilton to find more. But let me tell you about what this is. It's a program that provides you a place to stay for free when you're going for a job interview. And that's for this month. So for veterans, whether you're just getting out of the military or you've been out for quite some time, go to Hilton.com and look into Operation Opportunity Initiative.
I think we're finding more and more organizations that are willing to step up, to help. And I think that's really, the energy. So when you say, from the battlefield energy to, the energy of a life you love, I mean, that's part of it. Part of it is giving and contributing and being of service. And, that's part of the show. That's a major theme in what you do to help people by helping articulate, create, and then live through positive changes. So there's so much of this, Chip, that we're going to be able to talk about, too, as we move forward. And, for people looking and listening to the show today, this is really where Chip gets to lay out a blueprint for how this can happen for you in your life. Because, we get to experience the things we teach and talk about, don't we, Chip?
Absolutely. And we try to do it as often as we can, which might be one reason why we're talking on the radio today.
Exactly. Well, what a great show. It's been great to have you here. I want to make sure that folks have your information again, and then I have one last question. What do you want to leave us with? What's your personal message for today?
Well, so definitely the way to get in contact with me is www.positivechangeinstitute.co. And all there is my contact information and email address and Twitter and Facebook and all that other good information is at one single place. But what I want to leave you with today is to understand that you can go do anything you want to do. It's just a matter of you taking that first step to do it. You can go get your awesome. You can go win. You can go succeed. You can do anything you want to do. Take that first step. You have to go take that first step.
Thank you so much, Chip. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Thank you all for tuning us in and turning us on. Remember, if you've missed any part of this, you can go to transformationtalkradio.com, and actually it'll play again later on today. But you could also go to transformationtalkradio.com, and the archive will be up there tomorrow morning as well. You can also follow up on the drpatshow.com. If you want to find out more about me on Facebook, go to Facebook, The Dr. Pat Show, Twitter, The Dr. Pat Show. And pretty soon, as we've been mentioning all along, you'll be able to find out a ton more about us. Actually, you can go ahead and take a sneak peek if you want and go to transformationradio.fm and go check that out. We have now finalized what our new channels are going to be. And yes, thank you to all of you. We are and have added, based on popular demand, a music channel. That's it, a music channel. And I promise I might even sing. Thank you guys for tuning us in, turning us on. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Chip Justice Show. Are you ready to take the next step but still need help? Are you ready to live the life you will love? Contact Chip now. Dr. Pat Baccili and Chip Justice will help you build meaningful success, embrace life and love, and realize the success and creativity in you. Living a life you love is the end game in this inspirational and empowering show. Positive changes is how you get there. Thanks for listening. For more information about CHIP and the Positive Changes Institute, visit positivechangeinstitute.co.